Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. My name is Cat Monarch. I should probably put the game capture up. There we go. We're all back, everything looks peachy. We are back with Master Duel Masochist. A lot of various updates since the last one. There's a new kind of collector's bundle thing, there's a new pack which brings, it brings a new threat to the table with the new ban list, which doesn't outright kill Malice. It's now Malice or Mitsurugi Ryziel that you'll face on ladder as like your top tier competitive decks. And the overlap of weaknesses is basically nil. So that's something that's to look forward to. There's a Dragon Ruler pack, which has the updated Dragon Ruler support. You can see there's the XEs, well, one of the XEs, because you have a light, a dark, this one which was released a little while ago now, and you have the light dark baby rulers as well. So, you know. Wait, what? Huh. Well, this card has every attribute. It gains 46. I'm curious, do they all add up to 46? Is that something that I've never noticed before? It is something I've never noticed before, I guess. Anyway, let's put the tunes on. There we go. Master Duel music back on. And among other things, there's this little thing called the Collector's File List. You can gather and arrange cards that does not involve dueling. Depending on the Collector's File, different cards can be included. Collector's Files can get different visuals once completely done. Now you see, I don't know... don't know how you do anything with this, but it's like it's a new thing that looks like it's kind of neat, I guess. Let me actually just double check that I'm not sure if I've named the session right. I think it's 116. I just want to double check. Session 114, which was the 20... what was that? Which was 29th. So that was last week. We missed Thursday, 6th, 9th. Yeah, okay, so this is session 116. That is correct. Session 116 start. As a neat summary, we managed to, in one stream, get 9 whole wins, which is something. And we were doing it using, of course, the one and only generator deck, which is just far and away the best thing we have access to. Boss stage is sometimes just a one card deck. We've got a whole load of power staples in here. It's really pretty strong when it comes down to it. There might be some stuff in the extra deck that's a bit redundant. We kind of keep in there for like, but what if, you know? And okay, maybe I need to change that. But I don't really know at the moment. Stuff that's on the horizon of being... well, no. What's the right way of putting it? Stuff that's bordering being playable. We've got a hero fusion, which, of course, we have Verte, but we need to be playing enough heroes that we can get a hero and a water monster. We've got a second Celestial Observatory, which works really well with the Bestials and a couple other cards. We got another card for the Fighting Flame Swordsman stuff, because this can equip itself onto the fusion boss we already had to turn its effect into a quick effect, and it gives it another 700 attack and 2 attacks per battle phase, which is, you know, pretty decent, honestly, for, I think, what, 1 card, because all we need is the trap, use its effect twice, and there you go, we have a boss. We have Phantom of Yubel, which is technically playable, but is very reliant on drawing a few specific cards, unfortunately. And it does give us access to, like, Yubel the Ultimate Nightmare and Terror Incarnate, which is kind of neat, honestly. Like, that's far from nothing. We got second coin toss for Memory. We've got our third express train. Was there anything else that was up here that was worth mentioning? More duplicate URs, but otherwise I don't think so. I feel like the rest of what was worth mentioning was kind of, here or lower. Including Fabled Lurry, who, we have some Fabled stuff, but what you'd really want to use him in is Fiendsmith, and of course we don't have Fiendsmith. Have you seen how high rarity all that stuff is? And this is usable in this deck. We do have a couple of Psychics, but it's going to be much more usable in Cosmo, with all the pilots that we have and everything. I didn't even think about that last time. Anyway, enough rambling, enough waffling. Let's actually get into some dueling, because that's what everyone's here for. Let's move that over just a little bit. And yeah, it's tilted up. Right, first one of the stream, we're going second. Currently, ooh, do not mind if I do. We're against seemingly standard constructed, but as far as goes second goes, I like this. Blue Eyes might have negates. They do not famously fare well against Dark Ruler, however. So I kind of like my odds for once, because we can, let's see, we let them play out the turn, this is a match that we can play out. So we can Dark Ruler no more, which turns off their negates, their monster effects. They can do trap effects in response to this, so they could use True Light for something. They could also just not play Blue Eyes, optimally. It's an option. Right, let's do Clockwork Knight first. Let's special summon Alpha. We got something. The thing is, they have the new Blue Eyes support because that's what Spirit with Eyes of Blue is. But I don't know what else now. I would have thought they'd do the full thing. This has target effect monsters, right? No. Oh, right. It's not that type. That's fine. I mean, they impermed a guy that wasn't doing anything, which is funny. Right, so I can make a 12 sync or 10 synchro, which is Gimir. No, not Gimir, it's Ruddy in this instance. I'm not sure that's actually worth it over just keeping a 3500 beat stick. And it also gives us a special summon for next turn, so I'm going to leave that for the moment. Now, they could be intentionally bluffing and playing poorly on turn 1 to completely snowball and steamroll on turn 2. But on the other hand, they don't have their Link 1 currently, simply because of Clockwork Knight. Okay, I think this might actually be the peak of their output. I'm not sure they can do much else. I can normal summon, and I can set Floodgate. I think we actually do it this way around, and just in case it's Ash Blossom, we attack with the higher stat, so we actually get in for some damage. If they summon something that's mildly a threat, we can Floodgate. I think this is actually fairly locked down by the fact that we've just stuck a big body with Clockwork Knight. Completely honestly. That's a-okay. It's a machine. And that's where they find out that it's a machine and they can't do anything with it. Yep. Welcome back to Master Duel Masochist. Another day, another win in gold. Right, let's go open our pack for that one. And yeah, not enough for legacy tickets. And we're also, something that I don't know if anyone was around for the last stream, we're also on the last level of the proficiency test. Yay. Which, oh. That's, we might have to think about this. That is actual draw power. Bestials are all level 6s. We have a couple monarchs. And I see there being, I mean, it actually is a hazy flame buff. This is funny for anything reptile, but that's about it. That might be our third copy. I'm not completely sure. And yeah, the rest of that is duplicates. Okay, anyway. But yeah, we're on the last level of the proficiency test. It just gives us a title at this point, so there's that. I feel like I'd like the quiz to keep going. Like, you just get the odd ruling questions after you, like, complete X condition for a few duels, you know? And you, like, you have it just at the moment until they implement maybe a higher rank. Like, it would just be like your daily solo missions where it's like, destroy a card. You know, activate a spell, activate a trap, or those kind of things. This doesn't lose immediately, but I need a monster. I need a monster off the top deck. Because this does extend really hard. There are a few draws which do it. But what really does it? What actually wins? I don't know, is the answer. Magnamut get Druisworm? Maybe. Maybe that's the, you know, draw that does it. Any of the bestials will be, like, pretty decent. But, I think pretty decent is just about where it stops. Because they're going to stick Detonator. Detonator has a once per chain pop. Not once per chain pop. That's the reason why it's a problem. When your opponent activates a card or effect. It's just, if you keep activating things, they can keep doing it. Right. So they now have no material in the graveyard, which means a Bestial doesn't do it anymore. And they're playing the Mitsurugi stuff. Welcome to the new Tier 0. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Malice can't quite just play Mitsurugi in the same way that this deck can. Yeah, and these don't have, like, reptile requirements, I don't think. Yeah, ritual by tributing. Okay, so it needs to be tributed from hand or field, but you can just tribute from hand. Yeah. So, I think we're done already. Just Ryziel, I think we possibly could have beaten. It would have been a little bit rough, but I think there's a chance. With this, there's just not. I'll just let them have it. We got a monster we can't summon, and they just have game. I think even if we drop them by like 500, they only need to normal summon a guy, and they then have game. So yeah, that is the new, what is going to be the new Messer, I think. given that Master Duel basically follows the TCG just a few months delayed. Currently enjoying a plant-based energy drink. Got a couple from climbing when I went down on Tuesday because I missed the weekend session I normally do. And apparently I just picked the wrong night to go down because it was student night and there were 50 people there. Hella crowded. Do not want to do again. Imperm. That is not a monster effect. Why'd you have to use Imperm? Why couldn't you use Ash Blossom like a normal human being? Right, 1, 2, 3. Right, I don't like doing it in draw step, but like, when else am I gonna do it? They're either gonna have Ash or they're not gonna have Ash. And that's the exact duality of it. In this case, they do not. So we get ourselves Ha. And they don't have Maxi, otherwise they would have used it by now. All of them all Charmies. Which means they could be sitting pretty on a whole lot of board breakers. That is entirely possible. Pot of Extravagance. Right, here's where we do this one. Let's get you in defense position. Let them draw 2. Send a monster if you have one. They probably do, but what's the monster? I think after this, Maxi, bit late, but well, no, it's not. They could have another one. After this, we just kind of find out what the hand is. Yeah, okay. Let's tribute this one. Add Shining Sarcophagus or a spell trap that mentions it. So, I think we just want Utgarda. Can't be destroyed by monster effects, but can be banished. So that's putting it face up on the field. Yes? Sure. I don't see any problem with you special summoning it. It's just a guy. Yeah. That's okay. Pay half. And negated. Nice pay half. Does half the work for me. And no. And that's a very simple one where we just chain Ha. Doesn't matter the stat of your guys, I'm just going to kill you next turn. And I still have a punishment. That's ever so slightly unfortunate, but it's alright, they can't do it twice. And we've got punishment. Well, okay, I guess you can put it face up on the field, right? Yeah. Gains 300 attack per banished card, so yeah, it's going to be sitting big. Dark. I have a dark, but I can make them use the effect. I don't think they'd be on 2 for this like purpose or anything, but yeah, so we destroy... I think it's this one. What do we have in the extra deck to send? Aggregator or Pexus? Both of which kind of do it. But let's send... What do you gain? Per monster that mentions Shining Sark. So we're going to target this anyway. It's always this one, because we don't want them getting our monster back for link material. But it's... do we make... I think we do Aggregator. Like, overall, I think that's relatively well managed. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's something. I can hit over one of their guys, they draw for turn, we do generator things again. It's good enough. Because, yeah, they draw for turn, we get Valor, Valor summons Utgarda, Utgarda can banish Shining Sark next turn. And then they don't have Shining Sark on the field again. Like, this doesn't have anything when it dies, this one does. But they are just making it as link material. And there's an SP. Well, make your choice. Is it the field spell or is it her? It's... oh, right, it's neither of them. You know, there's a very simple solution to this. Very elegant. And that's all that needs to happen. They have lost the game from that point. They were probably better off keeping the multiple bodies on field. One, two. Get Utgarda back. Get our tokens. Wait for them to use Shining Sark, and then use Utgarda. And that is the game. See, this is what I'm expecting in gold. This kind of deal. Not Mitsurugi Raizio. I mean, you knew I was going to do this, right? Okay. Like, you can do it. But then you're adding a card from deck to hand, and Ha makes you send a monster. Plus, you've already tried to use the effect of Shining Sarcophagus, and as such, it doesn't matter. Yep. It's on the field. Sure is. And there you go. That's all it takes. Just draw boss stage. Boss stage and significant back row. It will deal with anything. 2 tickets. Leave it for another one. But the Master Pack, you see, that's what holds the interesting cards. That's what holds our duplicates. Proving the point. one card at a time. Although that one isn't. It is Bujin support, and we have a good deal of Bujins, just not Yamato. I don't know if Bujin is worth playing without Yamato. Look at the Vassal, guys. Looks a little different today. Overall, not a particularly interesting pack. So I think we just go right back on the ladder. At the very least, this is a good starting point, you know. Played a few games, won 2. And we're about to rank up, assuming we can win this one. Their massive titles minorly scares me. But we've beat people who play this game a lot more before. Or maybe not play it a lot more, but play it constructed. Again, we have the opportunity for a 10 synchro. Gem Knight. I believe the FTK isn't possible. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure Gem Knights don't FTK anymore. Although... oh no, this is just a good card in Gem Knights. Like, this one deals damage. Master Diamond can copy to deal damage. Lady doesn't copy. Lady Brilliant. Fuses from extra. Gem Knight. Okay. Add it back to hand, you've got yourself an extra normal summon. That one gets summoned. Yep. Add a Gem Knight card. Any effect damage your opponent takes is halved. Yeah, so it's not Gem Knight FDK. Because you wouldn't voluntarily put your opponent at effectively 16,000 life points for it. However, I don't really know what Gem Knight does with its new wave of support. Like, as far as I know, Gem Knight's supposed to OTK. At least that's what the emphasis is on. There's block... oh, Block Dragon's legal. That allows all manner of stupid bullshit. Gem Knight Fusion. Which is also something that just allows stupid bullshit. No, not Gem Knight Fusion. Brilliant Fusion allows stupid stuff. This is fine. Make Cross Sheep. It just cares about, like, what it points to, right? Yeah, so because it already points to a fusion. When will rituals make use of Cross Sheep? Light Swan. Oh, it's just the whole suite of, like... I say the whole suite. It's a whole 2 cards so far. Like, you're using Curious, you're using Block Dragon. And I think that is genuinely it. On the other hand, that's not to say Block Dragon isn't crazy. Okay, if this card is special summon during your opponent's turn... so they're gonna lock us with Mjolnir. I heard that Mjolnir was apparently something that happened at Anaheim in the YCS, but I didn't know the context. Now I guess the context is being locked by Artifact Mjolnir, which means that I won't be able to special summon except for artifacts, and they probably just assemble lethal on board, I assume. If I had a single tribute, I'd be able to tribute over it, so Abystial isn't, like, the deadest draw, but on the other hand, like, they will just have, like, a board of boards, right? In fact, Abystial outs this. So, like, our deck does have ways to play around it. It also does depend on exactly how many Mjolnir they run. It seems like our opponent is competent with this, to say the least, so they are probably going to lock us. special summon it to either field. So until the end of the next turn. So yeah, I can't special summon except for artifacts. But I've got Lost Wind, Floodgate. I mean, they're not going to stop here, that's the issue. Like, if they stopped here, there might be a chance. Because it's special summoned to my side of the field. That's the issue. Oh. Yeah, you know, that also makes it the issue, doesn't it? You have a Xyz Link. What do you... Xyz Fusion. So, this doesn't need to be on the field, but, like, it can be there. That's A-okay. We can boss stage, set Lost Wind, set Floodgate. They can return 2 cards. They're going to return boss stage. They're going to return one of the 2 sets. Do we put a monster on the field? I am tempted, in this case. It gives them more things to return. They're definitely returning boss stage. It's... this doesn't leave the field or anything, so they just return the others, I think. They return Floodgate. So, this can be affected. I could just Lost Wind it. But I don't feel like that's the optimal thing to Lost Wind, unfortunately. We will. Just because negate it permanently until they reborn it. And that's a negate. Right. Fun times. Lovely gameplay. You always gotta wonder what the next Edo is, what the next Ra's Disciple is, the next Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. I'm sure there are older cards than that as well, but, like, it just sucks. Because the thing is, you're never, like, they take so long to ban the card that enables it. And you don't want to ban every single target for it, because that's just rather pointless. Like, there are a whole host of cards which just say that like, this player cannot special summon. Not the opponent, but, like, you know, the player who's supposed to be using it. And what you need to do is ban things like Sanctify and, like, Branded Expulsion and, like, all the things that summon it to the opponent's field. You need to ban those cards. But for some reason, I don't think this is high on their list of things to do at the moment. The hand is not terrible, completely honestly. I know we're going second, but we have Dark Ruler, Border, Impulse, Tikaboo. And they're going to be doing Ignista Turbo. Well, that's my rough assumption. The question is, do they get the Cynet counter trap? It's not mentioned here. Oh yeah, right. But the thing is, I won't be able to destroy it, just be a negate of the summon. Although, this is a good point to stop, right? The Splash Mage. That's actually very unfortunate. I think I have to stop that one instead. Because Splash Mage is just 1, this is 2. Yeah, they just keep going from here. Maybe the play was to just hold it? I don't know. I'm gonna find out, I guess. But I'm not exactly familiar with just Cyburst Pile. Yeah, I get the body out anyway. And now I've locked myself from Light, Earth, Wind effects. This is not an activated effect, so this still works. I should have held it. The thing is, I don't know what I'm drawing. I mean, as always, right? If you could just see the top card of your deck, a lot of players would play differently, I think. And you've got a 7 Synchro if they want. What do now? Where go from here? Because I have a feeling this is going to go on for a bit longer as well. Link 3. Trans. Yeah, it's the link climbing bit. I guess while they've been doing this, what else have I been doing since the last time? I played a little bit more Hades, a little bit more Dark Souls. I, with heavy prompting, have found the secret area that my brother was on about in Dark Souls. It is somewhat obvious if you're paying attention to the background scenery in a place, but at the same time you're kind of just going through that area. I don't think it's like... It's probably not something you pay that much attention to. Like, he said he looked it up, and he has genuinely given me, like, so many hints. From the hints, I was able to narrow it down and work it out, but it took a lot of them. Like, if I didn't know that the gesture was the key to it, then I would be in a... Like, I'm not sure I would get it. Because, like, I was trying gestures, but I was trying, like, bow, pray, praise the sun. I wasn't trying Path of the Dragon. But I found the dragon area. I've done that now, so that's cool. Well, I haven't done it, but, like, I found it. It's where I'm at the moment in 3. I also played a little bit more Hades to try and get through some more of those dictionary, well, no, encyclopedia. Yeah, I guess encyclopedia entries. We have managed to dip into Erebus a few more times, eat some more onions. We haven't caught the last remaining fish, which is really unfortunate. I haven't got Skelly's statue because I feel like that's the last thing I'm going to do. It's just that difficult a thing. And yeah, I've started... Oh yeah, I'm nearly through with all the summons. I've got exactly 1 left to summon 10 times. I still need to climb through the ranks in the house. Like, I can't remember what the last one I picked was. But I think the next I need another 2500 darkness and some nectar? Can't remember. Singularity. You see, the issue is it's only a negate until the end phase. And they're still going. They still got things. I've locked myself out of specific kinds of effects, which means Fenrir doesn't get out of this. And they're still going. They just have more in the tank. There is no stopping the behemoth that is Cybers. Unless I just held Impulse in hand, I guess. But I'm not sure what that would have done. Does this even... They put an Xyz in the grave. Hello, Gaming Addict. Welcome. We are, once again, continuing Masochist. We've had a couple wins already. We've also had 2 or 3 losses. I can't quite remember which. Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. Sure. I'm not breaking this board at the moment, but I do have the tools to just kind of, like, put it on hold for a sec. Once while face up on the field, you can target monsters on the field. Or in the grave. I can put them under Tikaboo for 2 seconds. And then, because it'll be chain links... When does Tikaboo take effect? I guess as soon as its chain link resolves. And if it doesn't, then I'm definitely screwed. Like, mega screwed. Naglfire. Yeah, I guess Valor would have been a solid draw. Let's just do this. is a very simple bit. We're going to then summon Inspector Border and set a mysterious back row. You don't have anything. You can't do anything. We go end phase, goes to their turn, they get one effect. They have an Xyz in the graveyard, so they can bounce one card. They can bounce the Inspector Porter or they can bounce the back row. They don't particularly worry about it because they've got the battle phase to deal with it. But they also only have one monster effect. That's their one monster effect. Special summon this card. Yep, okay. And yeah, you activated one monster effect. They probably thought nothing was wrong. But now I've bought myself a little bit of time. I do mean a little bit of time. Yeah. And now they can bounce this back to hand if they want. Right. Well, they took 23. This doesn't need to be... Yeah, okay. So we set this. We activate this. We go end phase. And they just bounce it again. The question is, what can they do from here? This goes up to 4-5. Can they stick 12-7? Probably. I don't know what they can do. Oh, right, they only need to stick 7. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't play through that anyway. Not that I had anything to do. The hand would have been kind of killer going first against them. But that's the way it goes. Okay, yeah, we've had 3 losses to 2 wins so far. The 2 wins have been pretty easy. One of them was against Blue Eyes, in which we just very handedly took them down. They weren't playing well at all, or they did not have all the new support, one or the other. And the other one was against Shining Sarcophagus, which was pretty easy again, just because we got boss stage. And, you know, boss stage trivializes things. We have a hand trap. They're on a fairly standard deck. But are they on White Darks? In this instance, yes. Yes, they are. Is that going to help us? Probably not. Yugioh. Right. I can't banish this yet because they don't control a monster. How are you, Gaming Addict, anyway? I'm not sure if I asked. Yeah, I need for them to control a monster so I can actually banish this from the grave. I'm not sure if it's essential to do so, but it feels like it'd be better. I also get to put a monster on my side of the field. It's gotta be good, right? Yeah, special summon the 3. Drain the main phase. I mean, just to get it out of there, I am going to get this out of there. Right, okay, that works. I don't know exactly where it goes from here. Okay. In your... right. Avardress. That is an issue. If a Ryger Pendulum monster is in your field of face effects, you can shuffle 2 from your hand grave and then target. Okay. So I've got multiple outs to my one monster. The question is just kind of what are they using, really? Iron Thunder. It's really unfortunate. I guess this one? I don't know. This all kind of sucks, honestly. I think they do just have it. I don't really have anything. Sometimes it's just recognizing game states. I would need a second generator monster for that to be fine, I guess. And then I would have needed to know what to force out at the right point. Which force out is a very loose term here. Welcome Master Mellow the Yellow. That is a name. That is a username. Going first for first of all a little bit. And we opened the good card. It's only the one good card, but hey, we opened it. Which does give us a slightly better chance. And they are just calling it quits on the spot. I'm doing alright. How's yourself? Yeah, they do not want to be here. So if you're going to disconnect and give me a win, I'll take it. We take those. And that's our rank up. 3 wins this stream. Good stuff. And we can open some legacy tickets. Yay. Those are always the most impactful things. We all know this, right? I mean, the legacy tickets include such bangers as Stealth Kraken. Asura Priest. If you are asking what I'm doing while tuning into a stream entitled... Well, no, with Yugioh Master Duel in the tags, then I can have an educated guess. You are not a Yugist. You do not play Yu-Gi-Oh! You're not a duelist. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. We're doing a sort of challenge run on it. It's called the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Masochist Challenge. You were wondering if it's Masochist. Well, yes. Yes, it is. In fact, you can... Actually, that's probably still at the top of chat, isn't it? Ah, but chat is not updating. Why is chat not updating? This keeps happening. Where's the screen capture? Right, so let's try that for a second. I don't know if that is doing anything in the slightest. Okay, it is up to date now, and if I quickly try and... Does that update? Give the stream a second. No. No, it's not updating. Oh well. That'd just be how it is then, I guess. No, it doesn't have to be. Let me actually quickly sort this out. One sec. Where's the options for this? Pop out chat. Bring it over to that one. This. I know it looks real fucky when I mess around with it that quickly, but... in theory, this should pick up and be fine in a sec. Why is it not picking it up? I don't get it. This might be a time when chat just isn't there, I guess. We tried. I'll still have you guys on at the side of the stream, but it just means that it's not there in the video anymore. Let's turn it off for the moment. Oh well. Anyway, Nettles. Mother Spider. Mother Spider, huh. That's not playable. That's possibly playable if we ever actually looked at our pen slot properly. That's playable for Primite exactly, the hallmark of any good combo deck, surely. And no, okay, those are not cards we're going to be playing. Surprise, surprise to everyone I know. Alright. Master Pack, here's what we're here for. Here's the... ooh. I don't know if we have both of these. And even if we did have both, they are light dark, which makes them bestial magnets, or just like any piece of graveyard removal stops the chain. I do like them. I think they're really cool as a kind of like a pair of monsters that just like tag in and out of each other. Yeah, the rest of these pulls be pulls, you know. What can I say about it? I don't know. What is there to say? What there is to do is to go into the next duel, get ourselves 4 wins, rank up, get ourselves 4 wins, rank up. That's the goal of this stream, hit platinum. Simply because it takes time, not because it's difficult. Yeah, 1 new card as well, like so many dupes. Need to move Master over a tiny bit. Okay, we're going first, and we drew an exact going second hand. Fairly average deck. We've got Floodgate, but if the sleeves are accurate, then Floodgate does not matter. If the field is accurate, Clockwork Knight will matter. We got a Bestial, we got Dark Ruler for the next turn. Hard on the off chance we draw Valor. There's a couple things that can go right. But there's plenty of things that can go wrong. It is in fact dinos. Do we bother? Nah. I think this is fine. I want to see where it goes. I want to see what Floodgate Trap Hole can do for us. Yeah. Dinosaur monsters you control. That is fine. You don't control a dinosaur monster at the moment. And the thing is, anything you do summon is instantly a machine. So I'm not quite sure how they figure that. So that has to be in their hand. Which is a-okay, I'm good with that. Frost. That is not what I expected to see. Special summon from hand or deck. Linkuriboh. Yeah. Why not? Get this out of there. Oops. Don't shut that too hard. Right, big 3k bungus. At least the deck does nothing. Well, they got SP. SP's going to banish the Clockwork Knight because that's the thing that's frustrating them at the moment. Which is funny. Cannot deny that is hilarious. Now, Trap Hole doesn't work against cards summoned via a spell. So I think the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is completely safe, unfortunately. They're just wondering if they really want to banish Linkuriboh, I guess. That's a couple dinos for just... Oh, just hard summon? Just hard summon. Ah, wait. Now they have dinos again. During this main phase. Yeah, good thing I read. I read Misk. Okay. SP. Oh yeah, they can't attack directly. What can I do with this? Not a lot. What do you do? Once per turn, quick effect, destroy. Yeah, okay. So, 1. I want my normal summon to go through, please. The thing is, this is during the main phase, and then this is any time, but I need to activate a card or effect. And this tributes for cost, so I think I'm okay with that. Not so okay with that one. I'm really annoyed that they actually outed the Clockwork Knight, to be honest. Really annoyed. Well, what now? I've got SP and I've got Condemned Witch. They've used an Ash Blossom. What's the odds that they have a second Ash Blossom? This is just all. I mean, we do this, definitely. Tribute for cost. You could respond with Ultimate Conductor, but there's no point. So we can summon Lopter. No, I need a chain. No, that wouldn't have done anything. So we need to do this now. Tribute again. Summon out Valor. Yeah. And then Valor summons out Har from hand. Now, if they're smart, they book, but if they're dumb, we get Har out for free and they have to crash into it or get a negate on one of their cards. Special summon from your hand. How many UCT you think dinos are on? They've still got the spell in hand. We know they still have the spell. So they could be about to summon another one. As it is, they don't have damage. Like, they don't have game. I don't know what this was normal summoned for, to be completely honest. Floodgate doesn't look like it's going to be putting in any work at all. They have realised they do need to do this. I don't like that, but it is what it is. They didn't activate the effect because they didn't want to face the negate. I am against someone who might know what they're doing. And then Fua for 100. What was the Fua summon for? This doesn't work on links, which seems to be what they're going to be doing. I don't think they're going to be doing Xyz synchros, and even if they do fusions, that's not going to help you. Thanks. And they still have UCT. Boss stage. Oh, boss stage is a hell of a card. I mean, yeah. I think the play is to banish this using Utgarda. The question is, how are we doing that? Okay, no, I think we're getting into Lopter. That's not ideal. 2 draws or more draws. I'm going to say 2. It possibly gives us less longevity, but I can't really afford to give the better deck draws. We've got a Floodgate Trap Hole that is probably not going to do anything. They've got UCT, which is main phase exclusive, but it's not a hard once per turn, it's a soft once per turn, so it doesn't actually matter. Fucking Super Poly. You know, when you have it, you have it, and that was not us that game. We just didn't. Jesus Christ. I'm in gold. What the hell is with all this? Why are all these players not higher up already? Why would they not higher up to begin with? Gold is just the gameplay of all time. You either get a guy who's just on a structure deck, doesn't know what they're doing, or a bot, or you get literally just full-on constructed meta, or something that might as well be a constructed list, and probably just isn't quite good enough to push it up to, like, Diamond the previous month, but is basically dominating Plat 1. Is it Max C? It is Max C. They don't know how Lopter works, so I'm thankful for that. Or they wanted to just bait it for an Ash Blossom, which I'm completely okay with, because now I'm not special summoning at all, so I'm not giving them a card, and I get to hand drip them for 1. You've got Heavy, Kit, and this adds Branded Fusion. I've got Chalice for that. The fact is they're starting with 3 cards and 60. So I think I'm okay with that. Yep. And we just Chalice that. I'm not letting you get to Branded Fusion. They've got Cold Buy, which I do have to think about. They also just have a Beat Stick on board, and I do not have a monster. I have Lost Wind, but that relies on them getting started for it to be effective, and if they get started, I'm probably losing. That there is Cold Buy. That's Impulse. We can't use Valor. Can we? Yes, we can use Valor. It's just not optimal. Battle damage. Yeah, it's just Beat Stick damage at this point. Not making a rank 4, just passing. Yeah. Valor would be a good draw. Boss stage is a better draw. And I think we have it. Not sure. Perfect. One, 2. So we get Har on the field. We have a negate. They have Cold Buy. They're not using their Cold Buy. They're not fearing the Lopter in the grave. We could have been greedy, but I think this is just better. Lost Wind, Impulse, Omni Negate. They're on 1 card that does anything, maybe. No. Yeah. I've seen the state of your hand. I know exactly what you're doing. I am happy that went that way. Very happy indeed. That's another win. Brings us another step closer. Let's open our legacy tickets and then open our master pack. Singular. Right. New card. Inflict 400 per normal spell. It's a not banned FTKVs. I guess you would have to resolve this 20 times and reliably find it. And as for the rest of these, they're all duplicates. So, you know, what do you want to say? Too many clicks. There is definitely an FTK you could do with it, but it would rely on you drawing exactly it and your opponent not resolving Ash or Droll and Lockbird. Or Imperm. Or Veiler. Or probably many things, really. This is a very good 6-Sam card. I still don't think it makes the deck function, but it's a good 6-Sam card. That's my Akashi, we don't have them. And that's Valkyrie? Auto control of Valkyrie monsters, your opponent's monster with 2,000 or less cannot attack. It's a pseudo floodgate, but exactly when are they using 2,000 or less monsters? If this card in your possession is destroyed by this card effect, special summon a level 5 or higher. It's not the worst, but it's also a Valkyrie card, so that tells you about why it's not the worst. There are worse Valkyrie cards. Where are we at? I'll be back in a minute. I just need to know to the blue. And so we will simply put on these for the moment. And we are back. Just needed to figure something out, and apparently we have done. If I just type full stops in the chat, that should pop up. Hopefully. Looks like it should. Yeah, okay. Chat's working. Cool. Stop autoplay. Let's get out of here. Let's get back to where the real dueling is. I know that is real dueling and real people having real games with real decks, but like, well, virtual decks. How real is it? But no, this is what we call real gameplay. Masochist account, wondering if they can win the luck of the coin toss and then the luck of the draw because their deck is inconsistent as shit. Not finding out, apparently. At least not quickly. Oh, come on, don't disconnect me for winning a coin toss. My connection's fine, I'll have you know. Okay. Well, this hand is not the greatest. On the other hand, I don't think they even want to be here in the first place, which means it's probably better than whatever they have. Simply because they want to go first, and we went first. So, as far as it stands, activate Pseudo Floodgate. Make it a Floodgate. Steal their monster. It means that we can't summon any of our own, but if we just stick Boldrake, that's game, probably. We just have a 3k beat stick they can't out. And then we just, you know, keep doing removal options. At least, that's the current game plan. Either that, or we just steal the initial monster and see what they're doing. They're having a big think in that draw phase. They could be doing so many things. Gem Knight. Normal summon. Okay. Now, this is a real deck. I have just seen this pop off and absolutely blitz us with Mjolnir, the most fun of cards, because they found another way to sink or to give your opponent a floodgate. I feel like that is one of the more special kinds of hell. The endless ways they just find to give opponent floodgate. We will Phantasme here, because why not? Give me a draw. We'll put that in the bottom. We got Tikaboo, we got Crackdown. It might be a bot, mightn't it? Gem Knight Lapis into Imduk. Nothing particular there, okay. We got an Earth Monster, we have a Bestial, we have a Destrudo. I mean, what happens if I just take this? Tribute summon the Bestial. How much is that? 59. 60. Yeah, it's not enough. So we just do battle. Attack. And attack. Then main 2. Set MST. Activate this. Target this. Put it in defense. We now have a body to tribute off for reasons. I think we're good. In this particular instance, I think it's fine. I did put my microphone back on. They got 2100, they've got one back row, which they didn't activate, so it probably just isn't anything. and it's the main phase, a hush falls over the one. I think that one is me. They go to the battle, they end the battle phase, and they end their turn. I mean, we just attack in for lethal. It is just that easy. I wonder what they are on. Because they didn't really do anything. It could just be a bot, but I feel like a bot does more actions. That's got to be a player. Maybe it's a Japanese player playing Masochist, or Chinese, or... I don't actually know which characters those are. It is either a bot or Masochist. This is not... this is not your average deck, believe it or not. You know what that gives us? That gives us a chance to draw something impactful from the Master Packs. We could pull so many good cards. Light spews forth. A card is glowing. We get a duplicate. Ooh, we get an extra shiny. Target machine, equip a union, but the union monster cannot be special summoned. I mean, that's fine, if we got those kind of things. Xcode. 2+ Cyburst. Once per turn before damage, if your monster... This card points to battles and opponents with higher attack. You can take no battle damage. Have this card or a monster. Okay, that's very specific, but usable. We've got Ancient Forest. Sure, that's going to hurt us a lot more than it helps. We got Bahamut Shark. I don't know that we have any targets for it. Toad is banned in Master Duel, as far as I remember. And it's not like we have it anyway. I did have it on my main account. It was in among the first batch of cards I pulled. Rank 3 or lower water Xyz from your extra. Xyz effect 1, 2, 3. Technically 0. Right, okay, we need to take out that. Oh wait, no, and. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get how this is supposed to function. Did it say water? I think it said water. Yep, water Xyz. So it can cheat out Zen mains for no material. It can treat out this for no material, this for no material, this for no material. I think the problem is... If this card is special summon, you can add a Virtue Stream. Detach or target... We don't have Virtue Stream, but this is, a potential thing we could do for the rank 4 pile. Is Bahamut, specific materials? 2 level 4 waters. So it is a potential thing, but pretty unlikely. Two level 4 waters is not exactly the bulk of our rank 4 arsenal. Don't know if that's particularly shocking or surprising to anyone, but it's true. We can change the attribute of monsters on the field, but I don't think that hurts our opponent all that many times. It hurts Fiendsmith, which is still popping up every now and then. Lucky 37. Are they... Well, no. Number 7 is the lucky number. Are they playing Witchcrafter? Huh. Look to be playing Witchcrafter. I don't really know what I do. There is a very decent boss monster, but outable, completely outable. I guess the question is, what do I draw for turn? Because the monsters in hand aren't doing anything. The spell traps are fine. I can just Dynamicious. What is that one? Okay. End phase and those two return to hand. Best Witchcrafter board. No. Witchcrafters are fun, but I think you need to mix them with something to make them a bit more playable. Whether that be Spellbooks, Diabellstar, Magistus, something. Quick effect, discard a spell, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Until the end of the turn. So, we could normal summon this. They could do it. No, they've realised. Okay. Set 1. Set 2. I am going to do it. If simply for the fact that we can then force it with Valor. And once Valor gets engraved, it's like it's a resource we can use due to Utgarda being in hand. This is not particularly costly negate for them, but it is making them use it. Which is possible hand information as well, if they discard different cards than the ones they added back to hand. Which they did in this case, and is a foolish decision. Oh right, that is their negate for the turn, isn't it? You're not Armades, you just prevent... Yeah. That effect has been used. So I could Synchro Summon. And I could attack in, but I know they have more spells. Ooh, excuse me. I think for now we leave it. It is a good position. It's just working out what we're supposed to be doing. They set a card. Okay. Right, now it's working out what the discard is. I think it's Chaos Mirage Dragon. Right. 1. Target this. Return those targets to the hand. You know, you could have just returned... Ah, no, you couldn't. Now, they could have a Ruru. You can... Type 1 card. You returned the wrong card. I'm a little confused. Like, now I just pitch this. It's actually free. That's completely outed. You've used this effect, you've used this effect, so you don't get those back. This one comes back to your hand. You have another Witchcrafter in hand. Huh. But yeah, you're just dealing 4/8. You're getting exactly Holiday back. Which means I have perfect hand knowledge. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, returns its hand. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a spellcaster you control or targets it for an attack, you can target one card your opponent controls or Witchcraft spell in your grave, especially on this if you do return. What if there were no spellcasters? I have perfect hand information. Quick effect, special summon from hand. Yeah. Again, what if there were no spellcasters? What then? And just like that, we've got it. So we pitch Utgarda. We summon Valor. Valor summon... I'm tempted to say Lopter. Like, we're not getting in for all the damage. But we could be. I mean, it's either Utgarda or Lopter. So I think we do this first. And then... So yeah, we go battle for this. You don't have a spellcaster monster to be targeted for an attack. You take 12, you take 3. I mean, that's interesting. What does its text read? Nothing relevant. It's just a negative for no reason. There we go. I wonder if they were playing it as a hybrid deck and just didn't see the other bit. Because Witchcrafter is, like, fun. But you're not really playing it with anything. You've got a couple other cards in there. But it's not really doing anything. Like, you don't have enough of the Magistus to make it a Magistus deck. You don't have enough Invoked to make it an Invoked deck. Like, this guy is just here because reasons. You don't actually even have Invocation. There's not a legitimate reason to run him. You can special summon a Magistus from deck, which can get you Zoroa. But... doesn't seem to be worth anything. Granted, I don't know what an optimal Witchcrafter deck looks like. Probably runs Grass, realistically. And maybe Reasoning. Probably not Monster Gate, simply because of the requirement. I mean, it's neat to have. It's not Bestial Attributes, which, you know, the other one has as a downside. But I do need to get it on the field. We've had like 15 of this and we just aren't doing anything with it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Needs to be summoning like normal. Fabled. Certainly a card. Teleport. If your opponent controls one and you control none, you can pay 800. No, it kind of just doesn't really work out. I just don't think it does. Yeah, no. Doesn't seem like any of that's good. Well, Foolish Reborn, I can Mjolnir lock my opponent if they try that on me. But that relies on going exactly against the Mjolnir lock. And they dump it in their graveyard. Well, actually no, I can't lock them because I'd still be summoning it on their turn to their field. But it does prevent me getting from being hit by the lock myself. I feel like we can use this for our Trickstar stuff, but I just don't know exactly how. This is the best card in this this pack we pulled here. I think we have like one Trickstar Searcher, if memory serves. And it's one of the normal summons we have. Which means it's not particularly game-changing. Alright. This win. Hopefully a win here. And we rank up. And that means we've only got 4 duels until we hit Platinum. It's going fine for the pacing of the stream. The actual win-loss rate I've not been paying too close attention to. And it's a nice hand. Shame we are going second. This hand doesn't do anything going second. I could wait for this to be over and wait for them to screw up. But they're activating with such certainty that I do not give a shit. They can have that. We can be on our merry way and actually get a duel in. You know? I know there's like the whole never surrender too early, but it's just Malice. We drew 3 trap cards. A normal summon, a special summon. If they don't have... I'd be hella surprised if they didn't have, like, Maxi Astral or something like the Charm... Well, not the Charmies. But, you know, something to those effect in hand at the start of our turn. On top of Malice regular disruption. Like the quick effect Banish. Non-target. Oh, for fuck's sake. I can mulligan my hand a bit. But other than that, I mean, if I mulligan or I get a bit, bestial, that's a good one. I have 4 bestials in the deck. That is a 1 in 10 chance. I do need them to summon the Link, and not the Monster Negate, though. That is a Synchro summon. Is that the Monster Negate? You gotta fucking love it. Like, okay, they have to draw specifically the Tuna monsters to make this. But, like, they just have a 2, like, a 3rd summon Nib protection. A 3rd summon... Haha! No. We've got Phantasme, Fenrir, Yamatako, Metaverse Valor versus Loops. Can we sit here and watch them do loops forever? Yes. Does it get us anywhere? I genuinely don't know. And the thing is, the Monster Negate is a once per turn, not a once while face up, so I'm not actually sure if there's even a point. There might not be a point to activating Phantasme, if I'm completely honest. It might make them consider, but that's about the worst it'd do. Or that's about the best it'd do. They probably just, you know, do it. And that is assuming they summon the Link. Currently they've got a Spell Negate and a Trap Negate, or Spell Trap Negate and a Monster Negate. Which, that might just be enough if they can stick Shien as well. Because I could special summon the Fenrir, but I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Unless I attempt to synchro for 8. By summoning the Fenrir, summoning Yamatako. And then Yamatako boosts by 800. $2,000 or less. I don't know if they can get that back and use it for my turn. But I don't think that's what I need to be concerned with right now, being completely honest. So what's the Summoning Grave? Okay. I don't actually know where this is going. I don't know if it's any more beatable than Malice for us in this scenario. But we gotta try, I think. That's the Link to. It is a link to, not the link to. I feel like we do, right? Just to do it. Negate, destroy, yeah. Expected. But what are you gonna do? You gotta fucking try. I can summon Fenrir, hit over the SP, but that's about it at present. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this kinda sucks for trying to deal with this. I can hit over the SP, barely. Also, this makes a 7, which is a lot better. Let's see. Okay. Yazi? I mean, they put it a level lower, so I'm gonna take use of that where I can, right? We hit over this one, that's the plan. You can destroy a different monster, but I think that's okay. And they destroyed that one. Main 2, set 1, set 2. Yazi could get negated, destroyed, but I don't have anything banished, so I think we leave him be. But what we do is we activate Metaverse. I mean, sure, you can tag out your own monster. I'm completely fine with that. Realise what you've done. And Scoop House of Shame. Opponent realised Yazi untargetable. It always gets them. What's this? Oh, it's Lacrima, right. For a second I thought it'd be an interesting background. Yeah, click the shiny button. Didn't realise what shiny button actually meant. Their actions had consequences they had not foreseen. And as such, we get a win. We get a Master Pack. We get a rank up. Huzzah! What a glorious victory. Bad Luck Blast. Another one. I believe we already had our playset, so that's not particularly great. As is the fact that we're pulling just... Ooh! Third Cosmo. This is, you know, great for Cosmo. Surprise, surprise. But, yeah, we'll be sticking that in Cosmo if we run back to them at some point. Which, granted, given that we do just have the Mind Over Matter counter trap, we might have more of a reason to. Because all the pilots are psychics, and that is just a counter trap. Along with the Iron Thunder that we have, that's, you know, it's something. We will take first. My opponent is very about those accessories. And to be fair, I like getting these bundles when they pop up. I am someone who does like them. Simply because I think they're cool. Tony. 47-15. So, if I were to special summon Fenrir... I definitely have some good psychics. Fenrir is a psychic. Ogre's a psychic. Droll. You see, that's where my outstanding intellect comes in. I was not searching anymore anyway. Congrats on the hand loop for one. You gotta love it. Special summon Fenrir, opponent maxes, and you just go, okay. So, reveal this, special summon a Mitsu, then tribute. So it does immediately special to tribute. Which means that this will get back tributed for its effect. If this card is tributed, add a Mitsu spell trap. Fine. Now, Mitsu can play through some stuff, but I think we have a decent enough hand. Right. Or summon a reptile from hand by tributing. Okay. Right. So that you're tributing these two, which gets you into this. So, no. If this card is tributed, you can target Mitsu, add it to your hand. Oh, I missed that one. If this card is tributed, I mean, what did you target? Hold on. Target a Mitsurugi card. If this card is on special, add a Mitsurugi. Yeah, I guess this is fine. I think we just banish this on resolution. I think that's the play. Ritual is a quick play spell, but... oh no. They have a quick play spell that is a ritual, unless I'm thinking of just Megalith for some reason, but I'm pretty sure they do. No, prayers, there you go. And... if this card is tributed... so that's just gonna work regardless, unfortunately. But I can banish it from grave. Oh, are they just going to special summon it back instead? Or are they going to special summon something different? Who's to know? They're just special summoning it. Okay. Is this a once? You can only activate one. Do I want to discard? Why not? I feel that's probably better. Do that. Banish. We've still got Crackdown. And Durasworm. Ritual summon a reptile from deck by tributing from hand or field. So, if this card is tributed... oh, it's for effect, is it? No. I'm not letting you do that. And I know in attack position it's vulnerable to getting beat over. It is also able to send something to grave. Yeah, you can ritual summon again. This already used its if tributed effect. It did not use its already if tributed effect. You can tribute... you must also tribute reptiles from your hand or field. You have possibly got reptiles in hand. If tributed, add Mitsu, then special. Monster opponent controls lose 800. I think I'm okay with that, honestly. I think I'd much rather try and snatch steal the right. It's a Raigeki. That's okay. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can activate this effect. Yeah, okay, so... it is just Raigeki. Prayers, when your opponent activates tribute, you can banish this. I shouldn't have done that. We let that go. No. I'm not dead on board. What was that trap they just added? That is slightly... When your opponent activates card or effect, tribute, destroy. Okay. Oh, I could have prevented all that damage. Yeah, you know, let's just do it. I should have actually Snatch Steal. I should have used Snatch Steal earlier, basically. Because that would have meant they had to choose to crash or not. At the moment, this gives me a link to... No, it doesn't. I need effects. And even if it did, what good? I don't actually want to tribute this. I've put myself in a rather shit position. Yeah, I totally needed to not take the damage, just steal this from the get-go. I'm not saying I have a chance, but maybe this kind of does it. I don't know what kind of ratios you play, honestly. Like, I like reptiles, but I've never had a chance to fool around with Mitsurugi for the fact that, like, all the high-end is just, like, expensive in TCG. And to be fair, I think in Master Duel there's a lot of URs as well, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4. But are they mandatories? Are they thrills and what have you? This is getting negated, isn't it? Where's the trap? I need to read it. Card or effect. Yep. They'll be negating boss stage and going plus a billion. You can only use this effect, as in the prior effect. What were they thinking of chaining? Was there a point in just setting it? There might have been a point in just setting that. Crazy plays to think about. So that gets shuffled into the deck. That gets brought back out again. Which adds the rich... Yeah, you know what? They just have it at this point. I can't use this card's effects. It's locking me from putting Ogre on the board. Ogre is not a high enough attack anyway. I'm not sure I had a shot. I feel like maybe Haggard Lizardos is a better inclusion than Transversa. I'm a little uncertain on that. Like, my extra deck for sure includes some redundant cards. I'm under no illusions that there are, like, certain cards which would probably just be cut. But it still feels like a lot of them are just relevant. Okay, so... I'm going to normal summon this, as we get punished for, you know, not doing that first anyway if we don't. Now. I didn't expect this, to be honest. There's Ash, okay. Mildly irritating. But you're never going to find out if you don't try. 60 cards and you draw Ash Blossom, because of course you do. I mean, I'm playing 45 and I'm drawing my 2 of. Right, so this is fine. Yeah, likewise, that is fine. If a Raid Raptor's... Oh, it doesn't do that. Why do I think it was like Black Whirlwind? So anyway, you're summoning a negated Xyz monster? Yeah. And what if no? I'm gonna hold off on this for the moment because I don't think they can do anything with just the Arsenal Falcon. Especially considering it gets returned to the extra deck in the end phase. This only banishes face-up cards. They have a face-down. The only face-up card is Clockwork Knight at present. I would need another card to make good use of this, but it is helping against Raid Raptor, the deck that loves, like, their winged beast monsters, you know? Winged beasts. 2 level 4s, 2 level 4 winged beasts, 2 level 4 darks, winged beasts. I can just keep them off it. Send a Raid Raptor from deck to grave. I mean, why not, right? We now have a monster on the field, which I think constitutes as the duel having been won. Bye-bye. That was your normal summon. You can't imperm this. And yeah, I feel like this is fine. At the absolute worst, you're an Xyz deck, and I can just sit on this guy. I could do Teekaboo. Yeah. Come on, this. The opponent does big think. They set a monster. That is a powerful play. Although, that's not exactly going to be Big Shield Gardener. And as such, I feel pretty comfortable about where I am. You can just attack into it for free. I'm unaffected by monsters anyway. What do you need to, like, you need 23? You need 23. I don't know the last time I saw any deck play a monster with a defense of over 21. Boss fight. Ooh, it kicks off. I could give them an extra draw and, like, well, what's the downside? I get my field spell online, and I get to start summoning. I can summon Valor. Valor can summon Hearth. We're golden. The advantage train starts. We can even do it in end phase just to be cheeky. So yeah, speaking of doing it in end phase just to be cheeky. Oh, I should have summoned Dynamicious, but oh well. Get Valor. For the tokens, because why not? For Valor. In fact, if we're getting the tokens and Valor anyway, I feel like we just banish the monster. Well, actually, no, we can't, right? We can do that next turn. Or the turn after, it literally doesn't matter. Like, they just do not have recourse for anything. Change. Does this summon in defense position? No. So, battle phase. Good dueling. You get to add Fuzzy. which does not trigger boss stage simply due to the timing of it. And yeah, there we go. Turns out Clockwork Knight is sometimes just all you need. Let me go fetch this cat real quick. Hey, Bluff. There's a bed here, you can sit on it. You can sit next to me. Come on. Yes, please. Does it happen? We get a cat. Nice. Lap cat. Hey yo. Say hello to Stream Cat. My nose, but close enough. Alright, I have a lap cat for a little bit. Anyway. Let us go open some packs, hey? Let's open some legacy packs. The most fantastic set. Because we can break down these cards, so that even if we don't use them, you wish. The Legacy Pack can open secret packs. This is not a fact that was known to me. Cannot be normal summon set, must first be special summoned by sending 2 of the monsters from hand or field to the graveyard, gains 300 per banished. Once per turn, pay half, apply 1, depending on the number of Gandora. Ah, Lapcat be Lapcat. Yes? Yes. Good cat. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, probably not, but a cat has rested upon my lap for some time now. Anyway, yeah, we're not doing this because we don't have the other Gandoras. And even if we do, I don't think we have a good way to summon them. Decoy Dragon. Psycurse. I like that. It's funny for Cosmo. It's not good, but it is funny for Cosmo. It gives us a reason to, like, leave out Good Witch. FA Sonic Meister. Okay, I don't think we have FAs, but it's nice to actually get more of them. Hard Armor, Invader, who I like the art for, but just is not good. It's a normal monster, you know? And Fusion summoned by banishing links. It's not our first copy. But that doesn't matter. 1 Master Pack. And it shines with a nice glow. Does that glow mean anything useful? Maybe not. Maybe it does. Norito. Glossy. But it is a new super rare. Another Berserk Archfiend. Which is actually something else that works with the Yubel stuff. Because it does destroy Yubel by a card effect, right? No, okay, it does need to destroy face of cards I control, that's the thing. This isn't too bad in zombie piles. What do we got? Chimera Fusion, not our first copy. Unfortunate. Naruto's like a fine pull, but it requires spellcasters. Our main level 6s are dragons. So, let's get back in the ring. We've only got 3 more wins until we rank up. It's not all that long. Let's see if I can just pick up chat from it. Move chat closer. Don't know if that's gonna pick up the cat purring anymore, or if you're just gonna get sounds of me stroking the cat, but Interesting. 42. We have access to boss stage. We have a bestial. And we have access to Lopter. Which means access to Valor, which means access to the Nidhogg in hand. So we got a few things. Our opponent probably also has a few things. Such as an Imperm, but that's not the end of the world, honestly. I'm rather fine with that one for one. Set 1. Set 2. Call it a turn. Do we do it in draw phase? Tempting. Very tempting. But no, I think we do this in main phase. Bingo machine, go. Right. So yeah, we definitely do this now. They're letting this go, which means we can get Lopter. Okay, they're playing the good support, so yeah, I actually quite like this. I can't on-res for some reason. Nope, I can. They were just resolving. That works. Which gives us Valor. Which gives us Nidhogg. At least in theory. They've got something. Another Imperm. Which means that, as far as I'm concerned, this is the perfect time to do this. Activate boss stage. Boss stage draws them a card. This doesn't work. And then we get boss stage. And that gives us good old Ha. And some tokens to boot. We've still got MST. If they actually use that card they added to hand, they have to send a monster. They will have a monster to send. Oh, bye-bye, cat. And play the ban button on you. I mean, you can do it. I'm okay with that. Add, then send a monster, please. I mean, they don't know my face down is just Olonoids, which means I can just destroy True Light. Send a monster, please. If you link summon, I will negate the link monster. Send Chaos Max. I do not like seeing that. That's okay. Depending on if they use True Light now, I might not even have to use her for the link summon. Well, no, okay, there is the link summon. And it's on link summon? Yeah. So let's do this now. For 1, for 2. They don't get their second normal summon, they don't get their field spell, which keeps Blue Eyes out of rotation. They can use True Light to set from deck. But I'm okay with that. Because I can stop the True Light. They don't have blue eyes in hand. Pretty sure. Okay. Kyberman the Legend. Okay. So, what, pray tell, are you adding? Add one level 1 light tuner. There's Ultimate Fusion. And there's Effect Veiler. Okay. That's fine for the moment. I probably should have destroyed True Light then, to be honest. Looking at Kyberman the Legend. And yeah, he banishes himself for it. What Blue Eyes card are they going to add? What does Blue Eyes Fusion... Where does Blue Eyes Fusion shuffle from? Ultimate Fusion, even. Where is Ultimate Fusion in this list? I don't know. Where is Ultimate Fusion? Okay, I'm feeling like we banish Chaos Max. Because I have a feeling I know something's gonna fucking happen with, you know, Magia. And let's do this now then. I think I've played this slightly suboptimally. But hey ho. Alright, so they set this. That gets destroyed. They then shuffle back their Blue Eyes, which means that they can't actually use that. Because, hey, you don't have a Blue Eyes. It makes Tyrant, which is unaffected by trap cards, and they get set the True Light after. But they still don't have Blue Eyes in rotation. Ah, wait, no, that's not true. They will have a Blue Eyes in rotation thanks to the Kyberman of Legend. I'm not used to playing around Kyberman of Legend. And you, again, don't have Blue Eyes, so that doesn't actually matter. Why does that still get to summon? You don't have Blue... Okay, doesn't matter. This can attack both, which is fine. And then you're going to do this, which is honestly okay. So yeah, you can set True Light, or Imperm. They're setting True Light, as you probably should. What can I do? Rank 9. Then what? I don't actually know here. We're working it out as we go along. That is the best draw you can get. But yeah, you don't actually have Blue Eyes in rotation, so one of those back row is just pointless. Special Summon. We can do a lot here. I could banish the whole field if I wanted to, I'm pretty sure. quite. But it's close. Oh yeah, Effect Veiler. Huh. Well, do you wish to use Effect Veiler on this, or do you wish to save it for Fenrir? Or use it on the Fenrir? Okay. Send to the graveyard for cost. So that does resolve. But it's about, what do I want to banish for the Druisworm, I guess. Bye-bye. True Light. Use the effect. Set Spell Trap. Chain. Do we just have game? I think we just have game. $24, $25, plus $25, plus $12. Yeah, we just have game, right? You can't use it this turn. And I know exactly what this is and what this is. Nothing is getting destroyed. So who cares? For good measure. And Druisworm for game. Okay, I think I did misplay there. With the Kyberman specifically. I don't think I should have let them summon the Blue Eyes, so to speak. Or at least try and work out how to play around that better. I don't know. It is honestly not a card I've run into before. And that's not an excuse, like, you know. Plenty of cards are new. Plenty of cards I haven't seen before or played around or what have you. We couldn't just get, like, Kazajin, you know? The other one. The one we don't have. All of Illusion's fine. Black and White, Cat's Ear Tribe. It's funny. Is it during the damage step? So it's a very niche activation window. Which means it's actually a fairly safe card. But as for the rest of these, I don't think there's much. I need to have monsters in my graveyard for this to work. And that probably puts it out of playability. Because you need to be able to resolve the effect in full to attempt to activate, I believe. Right. Another card that we already have and are not playing. Which is the majority of this pack. Surprise, surprise. Dragon Pulse Magician. If you have a Magician card in your Pendulum Zone, discard a pen, destroy. It is also just a normal summon 1800. And a scale 1. And it's new. Look at that. This is a card that actually benefits from having a dupe of it. And look, it's new. Of course. This is the kind of luck we have with our pulls. This is what happens. Right, onwards, next game. 2 more wins. I think we can get 2 wins in 40 minutes. I might be wrong, but I'm hopefully fucking right. 2 wins in 40 minutes seems like a reasonable ask. Genghis Khan.
What deck would Genghis Khan play? There isn't really a deck that revolves around just, like, archers. What are we doing? 45, 15. So we're summoning Lopter. And then we're going a 1, 2, and a 3. And are we doing this? I think we are doing this. It baits out Ash Blossom at worst. And if it works, we just get extra material. So I would have to tribute itself? Yeah. Now, what be your first card? And what zone do you play into? The first one. I mean, what if we just... Nah. I don't want that. Really harsh cost, but what if we just said, no. Set rollback. You see, now I don't actually want to destroy the set card. I still think it's a good idea to do it, but I don't really want to. I can banish it. When? Right. So it can't be activated this turn, can it? No. They're not doing anything else. If you don't have any back row, you don't really do anything. And if I start taking your furniture out of rotation, then you just don't have anything either. And we can only Noids for one of these, so we'll do this one. Which I kind of forgot about that, admittedly. That just gets them to big welcome again. And what did I pop? Something that they're going to want to roll back, probably. Yeah, they could roll back for something there. That was a misplay, that last bit. And I'm down 4,000 life points. You know, I felt so good about it. And they had this. So, chain this. Unfortunately, I just don't have any way to, like, get things into rotation. Which kind of sucks a little bit. Punishment. I don't see why not. Might as well. Sure. What do you send? Let us. It isn't us. Are you going to pop Polinoids? Are you going to do that? No, they're mildly familiar with the game. I might just be dead. After making a series of stupid decisions. Huh. Imagine that. Alright, we... I'm not sure there was. Unironically, their start would have been a hell of a lot worse if they just didn't have, you know, Lovely. But they did, which is the issue. That's always the thing. If card was different card, but then my opponents are the exact same way with me, so, you know. If I didn't get Fenrir, if I got one of the other cards in this deck, anything else. Move chat back a little bit now. There's no longer cat, so why not? Well, we still get a go second anyway, so there's that. Yep. Just because it reset didn't give us any benefits. You see, Matador being fair. Unlike the times when we basically win the coin toss and our opponent goes, no. What do we got? We've got 40-15. We have two hand traps, which are both usable. And then we have Inspector Border, which, if we use this, we can't then summon Inspector Border. So, you know, there's that. They're thinking about their opening. And it's Mitsurugi. What if... No, I just do not want you to get started in the first place. Okay. I mean, yeah, this is just the best deck. What do you expect? I mean, I don't expect it to be in gold. What, gold 1? I expect it to be in platinum. Because Ryziel was, you know, good. What can I banish? Hell yeah. You're asking me if I can banish a copy of your boss monster? Seems like a good deal to me. Right. I'm actually a little surprised that went through. Now what? No Rise, yeah. XE summon for the actual, like... Oh no, you're just making King of the Feral Limbs to keep going. What do I feel like? Impulse and Soranaria is not enough. Thing is, like, maybe these were enough if I timed them in the perfect place. I have not played against Mitsurugi enough to know when the perfect place is. Also, their new support does make it a lot more difficult to find a place, let alone the perfect place. On a scale of 1 to fucking dead, where am I? I feel like fucking dead is the answer. Ah. Wording. No, negate the effect. Oh, but you can only use... They haven't even used an effect. I'm just screwed. I'm just turbo screwed. I'm only asking for 2 wins. How fucking difficult is it in Gold 1? It is Gold 1. What am I doing facing Mitsu Ryziel? At the very least, if I'm facing it, they should be playing it poorly. How can you be playing Mitsu Ryziel and not... Well, okay, Mitsu just released. How can you be playing Ryziel and not get past plat? I fear for Manuel. I fear very much for Manuel. Well, okay, hold on. He's playing Millennium. And he doesn't have Ankh in hand, but he now does. So he doesn't need his extra deck. Just doesn't want me to attack. What can I do about this? I need to get Fenrir to trigger, really. That's the ideal. He is just fusion summoning straight off the bat. One of those two, so he's got a 2-card hand. He gets the Exod Trap. Oh. No, wait, I could have sworn that shuffles it into the deck? Huh. No, okay. I might genuinely be dead just to the fact that it's like, you know, these. Like, he's definitely got the traps. Cosmic. Ooh, that's a good one. This is start the main phase? I don't know if it is start the main phase, but we'll do it. Yeah, I can just do this whenever. But this is negated, this is negated. We know there was... Okay. So let that resolve. They've got 2 trap cards. We're going to start with this one. And by start with, I mean finish, but you know. We're going to hope it was the Exod Trap. Go for it. You can only use each effect of its card name once per turn, so they've wasted that, which means Fenrir is completely free. I can... No, I can't. Because of this thing. Right. Well, now what? Oh. They're gonna out them for me? No. Because it needs the monster effect to do that. How do I like this scenario at the moment? I think I'm okay with it. It's not ideal. They get the monster effect back, but like... Oh, you attempted to activate a monster effect, you idiot. Bye-bye. Hope you have fun trying to get to another Millennium Ankh. Because that is exactly when summoned? Yes. Yeah, I have Miscellaneous face down, 2 cards in hand, one of which is a limb. And that adds Ankh. But it also allows me to do a Bestial. There's Ankh. We're going to do this. And when does good old Exodia activate his effect? When does he activate his effect? Once per turn, if this card battles during adds during damage calc. That goes back into the deck. We don't know what the last one is. It's probably the trap.
They are just clicking buttons, and they might actually just get away with it. They don't have a monster effect. They're probably going to hit over the Fenrir. It is what makes sense. Should have at least put this in defense position, I think. Yep. Where do you set from? Deck. I mean, surely you're not out of copies, so... I don't have anything from yours, there's nothing from mine. So we add Destrudo. Destrudo is the correct call. You gonna do it? Yeah, there's another one. What now? Metaverse is good, but they have a once per turn spell trap negate. There's nothing banished? Nope, there's one that's banished. Well, we get this thing. They probably don't let it get further than that. Which is smart. Dare I say annoying, but smart. We get a set one. We get to special summon in defense position, I think, honestly. I don't know what it is about Yugioh, I just kind of suck at dealing with it. That's a monster effect. And you just have another one? Oh, no. Oh. 5 cards, please. Can you be destroyed? You can be destroyed by your own card effects, but I'm not exactly sure you're going to do that. So... Unk. Get rid of it. Do I trust you to just, like, activate Dark Hole because Dark Hole? I really should actually be toggling on, because then at the very least I get another banish worth. No, they're just doing it. Why do I have just such a... You put that one back in your hand, alright. I'm a little confused. Are you just going to summon another one? I guess they're just going to summon another one. Again, what's the chainable? They've got something. You don't have Unk in hand, so that's going to cost you another 2k. But you get another body out of it, I guess. What do I not want to have? Like, all of this? Bye. I kind of hate everything that they have right now. I guess it's a bad matchup for me because they don't necessarily need to put monsters in the grave. And they don't really link summon. Like, the Bestials are pretty poor here. So yeah, they're going to pay 2,000, but it's because they basically just get another body. And then the other body can be over the ogre. Assuming I'm reading them right. Yup. You gonna use it? Well, actually, does that work? Hand deck or face up field, you can't do it because you started milling them. Out of forbidden... Where's the other one? What did you do with the other one? You've used this twice. Send a forbidden one monster or an Exodia card. Genuinely, what happened to the other one? I'm a little confused. I didn't banish it though. Why are you normal summoning it? That's not good enough. Like, you can do 1,000 damage to me, but like, that's not the game punch, and I'm a little confused. I'm a lot confused. It getting big. Does one generator card put me in the game? Might actually do it. Depends. Probably not. I feel like they just obliterate. They link summoned. Why would they link summon? Well, thank you for turning on Phantasme. Yeah, it's just this, right? This can't be targeted because it used a level 7 or higher. And it can't be destroyed. So yeah, it is just that. You put this back in my... No, you can't put it back in my hand. And I can activate things in response to this. I don't have a generator on Grieve. So I can do this. Pitch this. Summon. I wonder if they are just going to click, you know, button yellow. I mean, it does put it back into rotation, but I could negate and destroy. So, let's pitch Destrudo. Bye-bye to that. We still can't attack, but I don't think we need to. As long as I'm kind of getting things right. So we get this back. Oh, right, Destrudo. Was there a reason to do that? There was, actually. That's unfortunate. We're just getting a body. Do I change that to defense? I don't know. I can 9 lives cat, I can aggregator, but no, okay, I think we need 9 lives. I can get a 6, I can not target this. Detach. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. What do I want to summon? I think I was going for a 7 play, but I don't actually know any reason for it. Target. Target. Oh, right, I was going to attempt to special summon Fenrir. Do I have anything banished? No. Do you have anything banished? Yes. So... let's just get this, I guess. It doesn't matter. Activate for Destrudo. This. Defense. Special for Yazi. This is such a high cost, but they also don't seem to be doing absolutely anything. I also can't finish this the entire loop the way I want to. What else do they have banished? What else do they have banished? I don't have anything banished. I could Synchro 11. And I can kill the... I can just hit this by battle. It doesn't banish anything. But it is 33. They can't... 32 even. They can't get over it with the Exodia. This becomes unaffected when it declares an attack. It just clears this for 2. They can't clear this. They can't clear this. I think I'm okay. For Unk, they need to have this in hand. They can't have it in hand because, yeah, they don't have a way to retrieve it. The mental gymnastics to try and win against Exodia for me. It's stupid. Oh yeah, I kind of knew they had that. I'm just dead, aren't I? I literally gave them Dark Hole. $200. So I'm not dead. But I am reliant on, like, many cards. And I guess that is one of them. What could I do? Leg Beatdown isn't going to win them at the moment, but 800 defense is nothing. They have enough to pay for a Millennium. They are not too far... No, they've shuffled their deck. They're on, like, traps at the moment. Although that could be a link. No. No. Defense. And they're not going to Ash to find out what it is. Olenoids. Olenoids is good. I say it's good. It depends... This is riveting gameplay. I know. My commentary is absolutely stellar. There have been no biz plays. We are not fighting for our fucking life right here, you know? Okay. Sure. Take 6. And what's the game plan then? Use one of the... They didn't have a game plan beyond that. They just wanted to find out what it was. Destrudo, so I could pay half again. Which puts him at a 6. Which doesn't really do anything. Gives me a 3000 wall. That is a permanent reduction. So it does just become 6. I don't know what that does for me. It does give me a wall. We're playing it risky down at 75 life points. What are we doing? Are we doing fucking Dinomorphia? Super Poly. Oh fucking dear. Is that the end of the game? It might be the end of the game. If they put it there... They put it there. They need a monster with an attack stat. Like, there is exactly one monster in the game that does not do it at this stage. That I can... 2 monsters that I can think of that do not do it. That have an attack stat. And they would not be played in this deck. They summon a limb, they have game. Not that that changes from, like, me halving my life points. All the limbs have 200 attack. That also is just... No, it's not. Let's let them pay. Now who's on low life points? This is peak gameplay. I'm hanging on by a fucking thread. Generator card gets me in the game. Bestial gets me in the game. Inspector Border gets me in the game. It's a generator card. Doesn't work because Valor needs to send something other than Valor. Why can't Valor send Valor? Oh, no. They deserve it. Well, if nothing else, that's entertaining for the sake of just being funny. Dimensional Fissure being the clutch card, apparently. Yeah, I think if Dimensional Fissure wasn't on the field, I would have... Okay, so there were a significant smaller portion of cards. It was exactly like the other Bestials. Or Lopter. Or Alpha. Alpha would have done it. No. Oh. What the fuck is... What does it take to get a win in gold? Why do I struggle so much with Exodia? Why does Millennium torture me so? Because this isn't a new thing. Millennium is, for some reason, uniquely difficult for me to face if I don't get an exact combination of cards. And, like, Millennium's fine, but it's not broken. Well, as far as 3 sets go, this is pretty good. Come on, I'm not gonna leave this. I'm not gonna end this stream until we get to plat. We've got 2 whole wins. I know we're overtime, but like, it's 2 wins. Also, I don't know what that name is. I don't know what it's in reference to, if anything. Turn 1 might not look crazy, but turn 2 goes hard. Fua. Go for it. I'm not summoning. Well, not from the extra deck, or the deck. I don't know what gives them the impression they need to Fua. Unless they just have nothing. Mitsu. Also tribute. Right. Okay, we actually have a fight. This is going to be difficult. So here is plus 1,000,000. Add a Mitsu, take 800, special from hand or grave. So this was tributed. So they're probably summoning from hand. That's summoning from grave. But it was tributed, I don't really know why you'd do that. What can I do here? I can Lost Wind. I can Chalice. I think I want a Chalice. I know they have the Ritual in hand, which has a once per duel. Yeah, you can reveal this, special a Mitsu, then tribute. So, we don't do anything here. Summon this, and then they tribute this, surely. Add a Mitsu spell trap. That's fine. Kinda has to be. They got trap. Okay. Special ritual summoned by... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Do they not? Yeah, okay, so they've used both effects of No, that's... Okay, it's a different card. Night Sword. And... Yeah... summon. Right. I'm gonna hold for a moment. I'm trying to work it out because, like, Alpha is probably the best thing I can do on the next turn, but that does require that I, like, Snatch Steal something under this card, probably. Like, I'm not actually sure where we go from here. Okay. Lost Wind would halve. I think I got a... Wait, where did you ritual from? I think I've found out that too late. From your deck. They get the negate out, right? Yep. Lost Wind on this. Do you wish to negate? You do. Chain. Target. Target. I think that's the best I can do. I know I don't want high attack for, like, Alpha, but I think I just gotta do this. No. You can get negated. Alright, I've combined 57 to their 16. I don't think I'm bringing Alpha out next turn. Aggregator. So they're gonna negate cracked. Oh, it's... Come on. What do you fucking mean? Spent everything I had trying to make sure it was fine. Now, it's a hard once. They have used this effect, like the negate one. I'm not sure I'm living to the next turn. What the fuck does it take to win couple duels in Gold 1? And why are these people here? Let me get Lost Wind back. Not sure this really does us any favours. No, that's just kind of it. That's just the game. Fucking hell. I'm just trying to get 2 wins. Just 2 wins. Make the next stream a little bit easier, because we just get to start in plat and then, you know, bash our head against the wall there, instead of having to make this, like, little jump that we've currently got. Alright, as far as hands go, we have a hand. Set 1, set 2, anything. Fua. We'll respond. If you activate, like, Ash or anything in response, it's just fine, because that means you don't have Ash for the field spell. But as it is, you do not. So we get a free material from deck before the draw, And then you can imperm this if you want. But you don't have imperm either. That is something I quite like to see. We still have a discard for Dynamicious, we have a Bestial, we have the field spell, although I want to be careful with where I time the field spell. Incredible Ecclesia. I think I kind of have to do it here. I don't like it. It's during their main phase, they might get additional cards, but I think I have to. Sure. What are you summoning? I mean, it's probably just Fallen of... No, they're actually playing Sword Soul. Right, so here we 100% get Ha. And I could get this out of the grave. I think I want to hold on what's in the grave for the moment. Right, 2 tokens. Omni negate either a... I think we just get Solemn. Yeah, it's 100% just get the Solemn. You can Synchro Summon, but if it's not on the field, that's not a Synchro Summon. Okay. Send a monster, please. You added one. So you've got 2 possible minimum. Okay, they apparently did not have that many. To summon a token? No, that's not what that does. Yeah, that's fine. Do you wish to Synchro Summon and find out what Nidhogg does? I think they're reading and finding out. Which means if they continue to Synchro Summon, then they have alternative plays. I feel... Wait, have they used that? Add a Sword Soul. No, they haven't. I feel like we do this. I'd be willing to pitch Dark Ruler. They now have 2 tokens. They can Synchro Summon a monster, and that Synchro Summon can get negated. And then they're stuck with a tuner, which they can't actually make anything with. Three cards in hand, one of which is known. It is a good card, but it's not that good. Win 1 of 2. And of all things, we're actually beating up its Sword Soul because reasons. We just drew the hand, okay? Can't just draw the hand against a deck that's, you know, meta strong, but against, like, you know, slightly under, that's fine. We can bring our A game to completely demolish someone who is still on a higher level than us, just not at the top tiers. But we couldn't bring our A game to the top tiers. That's illegal. Apparently. According to the Master Duel Shuffler. Right, 1 Master Pack.
Come on, we just need to get one more win. That's a card. If Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, special this. Once per turn, send Agent. This card becomes the level. Brilliant. Another Lurry, Sylvan, Chaos Number, Xyz Extreme. That... No. Aroma, sure. Right. One more win. It's all we need. Shouldn't take us that long. We managed to get like a few wins in a half hour. How has it taken us like nearly a half hour to get one, if not over half an hour at this rate, to just get one? Opponent's choosing. I'm going second. It's not the end of the world. We have to go second cards. Our opponents can brick. We got Fenrir. We got Clockwork Knight. And we got Phantasme. But if we use Phantasme, we can't use Fenrir. So, Fenrir it is? Oh no. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. I'm out. I'm not dealing with this shit. Phantasme does not clear a Malice board. Not unless you draw into some good fucking disruption. We will simply take the L and move on. We did not go first, and we did not have the hand to play going second against Malice. Not that there are many hands that just do that, but, you know, you can get some. Conversely, this is the hand, but it's against a 60-card pile of God knows what. What do you do? Presumably it's Imperm. I'm a little confused. Unless they're just holding the Ash for the field spell. I could see that being a thing. They're not. I am increasingly suspicious where I maybe shouldn't be, but... What do they have? Unless it's just defaulting back to them because, you know, turn player and that. Imperm. Target. Do I bother? Yeah, why not? Now if they add something, I do get a send a monster. Triple attack. Draw 2 cards. So they were indeed broke on card advantage. We do this before they get into an Ash Blossom. This hasn't used its effect this turn. So we replenish our bodies. And... So chain 1... Not that it matters. I think it probably should have been the other way around. Who cares? Send a monster, please. Droll. Okay. Mitsu. It's always fucking Mitsu. Right.
We have a Bestial, and we have a Vanish. That is exactly what we have to deal with this. Reveal this, special summon, then tribute. Yeah, unfortunately, this targets, and this is like, I don't know why you're on a 60 card pile. Obviously, it's working because it's just fucking Mitsu. Why would it not? That was the quick play. They added the ritual spell. Ritual summon from hand by tributing from deck. I feel like we do Udgada, tribute Valor, and Ha. That's not what you should be tributing. So chain 1, 2, target, chain, target. This is... Come the fuck on! You're on a 60 card deck. Can you draw some shit cards? Also, why can you can't just special summon this, right? Yeah, you didn't ritual summon it properly. But you do have 4 cards in hand, and this is Mitsu, so I am not holding high expectations for myself at the moment. I have follow-up. I have... Well, do I have follow-up? Have you misplayed? Seems like it. Thank fucking God. Get fucked, you idiot. And with that, we make our way up. And I know they're probably not an idiot, but like, come the hell on. Can you not, like, give me just something? You're playing fucking Malice. Why is this deck 60 cards? You don't need it to be 60 cards. You're just going to see your Malice cards less. Like... Hold on. If this card is normal or special summoned, or if this is tributed, add a Mitsu. This is a 1-card starter, right? So, 5... You can add a Mitsu Spell Trap. Ritual summon from deck by tributing from hand or field. Ritual summon from hand by tributing from... Right, so this isn't inherently a starter. Is it? From your hand or grave. This is also a starter because you can get to this, and then you tribute add special. Yeah. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not this one. 7, 8, 9 Mitsu starters. Because you can just add a Mitsu normal and then that just goes through everything, right? 9 Mitsu starters. 1, 2, 3. 4. I mean, what is a Malice starter? I don't know.
is the answer. I do not know what a Malice starter is. But the way I'm seeing it, you've got 3 obvious Malice starters. 6. So you got like what, 15 starters total? 1 in 4 for the deck, which is like, it's good. But like, you just get better starters when you're playing a lower deck count. And does it increase the C? Oh wait, yeah, pre-prep. Add a ritual spell, add a ritual monster who is mentioned on the ritual spell. This one does not mention, but I believe this one mentions all 3 and is a ritual spell. Yeah, because you just add this. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like it's just like, it's got the same amount of starters as a regular deck, it's just doing it differently. Is it doing it worse? Let me know in the comments. Someone who's better at gaming, or better at Master Duel, better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Can tell me why those ratios are better. If they are. I could be right for, you know, the same reasons, I just don't know why I'm wrong. That did not make sense. I could be just as right as I am wrong, because I would just have no idea either way. I still don't feel like that made sense. Who cares? Claim the copious amount of rewards we've got from these eventful, well-fought duels. We've actually recouped most of the cost from today? No, not even... no, not close. And I am curious. No viewable collector's files. What do they need? Like, do I need to, like, allocate these cards in the deck or something? I don't actually know. I don't know how you do things with that. Not that it matters. Doesn't have any specific thing in here, nor would it have anything specific in here. Who knows? Who cares? Our deck has changed remarkably in the fact that nothing has changed. And we need to check the stats so we can update those. I am... Right, 692. What's that, like 10 wins? 11 wins. Of course it's 11 wins. And what about number of games? 23 games. Well, it's going to happen from time to time. That you get slightly under 50%. I mean, it's still pretty decent. Managing approximate 50% is not too bad. We take those. But that is all I've got time for today. We actually made it. It took us a little bit longer than we'd hoped, marginally. And a little bit more effort than we'd hoped, honestly. I don't know why gold is so difficult at the moment. I guess it is only going to get worse, but always look on the bright side. It means that old meta will be shoved down to where we have to duel them. I don't know what the bright side is for Masochist, so I'm going to be completely honest. We'll eventually get out of this challenge. But for now, we've got a bit of a grind left. I should be catching you all on Monday. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be streaming then, so... My name is Cat Monarch, and thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for, you know, joining in chat, commenting, whatever. I don't really know what it is at this point, but, you know, thanks for doing new things.
and being you. I look forward to catching you all next time. Monday stream, same sort of deal, same sort of deck. I don't see many changes. I already said my name is Catmonarch, but my name is Catmonarch. Hope you all have a wonderful time, and goodbye for now.